Yeah, it could be. Could be. All right, well, I'm not going to lie, Sam. I haven't really read up on this kind of stuff. I thought this was going to be a cheeky...
Nando's?
Cheeky no. Okay, there is a point where, like, holds out the hand in the same way. It's just... Okay, that was a flash away. That's a flash forward for a root.
That's not bad, and they get the damage there. There's no Raptors to be seen here, but maybe the need for a Denizen media gank there. That gives me an opportunity, Alex, because I subjected I actually know Lehens is coming down mid lane. I take it back. I can't tell you what I was watching, because right now I'm watching League of Legends. The Shockwave is decent, but the Headbutt Pulverize will make the Calyx goes up into the air and will die to Raptor. Clever girl.
Comes in from the flank, gotta watch your sides. Comes out of the undergrowth. Nongshim will go towards another large reptilian and take down the dragon. That one won't be shown on Parks here. Be taken down and put around as a prize. About 20 minutes. Oh, great film though, the original Jurassic Park. I will say there was some decent aura farming moments. Hang on a second, a good root in the mid lane.
I think he might just be dead. Diablo's not having fun there. Had already burned the flash after the curtain call scenario. Bot side.
Alistair is as well, wrapped up here.
Gonna go for the engage on the top side. A nice angle on him with the public execution. Didn't manage to find the magic words to escape that particular prison. We'll find themselves in the grey screen for a little bit.
Gideon caught on the turret now too. Kellen's roamed his way up and has himself an unbreakable will. The burn will keep going on to him. Who's tanking right now? Clear, who turns onto it afterwards. Might be Kellen. Raptor instead. Uses the heal, gets out safe. 2 for none. Clean dive.
Waits for the energy to recharge a bit, then goes through the...
Which is saying, have you seen this cat? And it's Jonesy from Alien. So Jonesy from Alien is on a missing poster in Halo Combat Evolved, because they were all very big Alien fans. Kind of hard not to be in.
And the elites have a certain similarity.
Yeah, exactly. Now over the wall, Kellen looking for his combo. Where's that cow gonna go in?
Ooh, flash. Nice dodge away from Jiwoo. Keeps himself safe, but all the while the turnaround begins to come on through Gideon in a potentially dangerous spot. They blow up. The ambassadors get traded out. Dragon taken before they fall, though. So Gideon happy enough with this trade. Jiwoo trying to trade out onto Vikla. Out comes the shockwave. Vikla cannot get the kill on Calyx, who drops out of vision, and now Diablo will unfortunately be going down to Dia de los Huertos. The death continues to stack here in the river as BFX fall to the might of Nongshim.
I feel like Vikla has had a sophomore slump a little bit.
Him and Prince had an interesting time over in NA for a bit.
Oh, true.
Which was not the easiest time. Prince in particular fell off a cliff as Kingin might be being dethroned here as clears him.
Long live the Kingin. Push them off that. That was pretty clean.
That was not bad. Yeah.
Bot lane turret though.
Must have another reference.
Is that Mustafa because of...
Yeah.
That's great. I'm very happy with that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't understand that. I must be in ranked Jeremy Iron in references. Jeremy Irons was the voice of Scar in The Lion King. I'm going to be explaining all of my references from now on.
Oh, there's a lot of fire coming on down. We burn to Simbas as they will get some value out. Yeah, we're going there. Although we'll get the cow over the wall and make sure that one happens. And they just can't wait to get more kills.
It's a good reference there too, actually. Goddamn. Nongshim pushing in towards the mid lane turret. We'll take down that turret as well. Put it in a pile of rocks. King's Rocks, I suppose. As
set of kills, which keeps them in
the
running here.
That has to flash.
Yeah, but where to? We'll turn into a cannon briefly and then manage to get out with the blast goal, and the equalizer comes down, but kind of sucks, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, doesn't choose the right escape path to cover with the equalizer. Gideon was there behind him too. It will still lead to... That was a knee... Was that your knee cracking?
It was my ankles.
Did that come through on the mic?
I don't know. I've got very clicky ankles, guys. They do that quite regularly.
God, I was taken off guard. They're King and trying to teleport out. No cancels on the Rumble. Can they kill him?
It's not bad, but I don't think it's enough to finish off the Aurora, who does get back just about in time.
The redemption might have
even. I feel like one of his arms needs to be like a deep frying basket.
I need like his harpoon on his arm to be a
spatula.
No. That's the other one. That can be the flamethrower, which can just rotate around or whatever. That can be
like double meals. Like you're doing for breakfast and dinner.
If you would like to respond to anything we've said on stream, he must first complete an episode of Six
on the rotisserie.
That would have been very funny. That's a great idea. Kipka having engaged coming through here. Kellen has the ultimate.
Elmo up. In comes the equalizer. That's a good spot. Kellen will try and find some angles there. Flash on force to get something. Gideon throws down the cataclysm, gets the kill onto Rise, who ends up falling. Public execution to the backside, but it might be too little too late. They're running out of damage. A turnaround as Aurora goes between wells. The curtains also end up call as the shots keep firing. And Raptor, well, unfortunately, you have been out evolved. Gun beats dinosaur.
BFX put a load of stuff in for.
It's a decent amount of work done there. Atakan secured by the might of...
Ian McDermott with a guy. Kellen looking for a better engage this time. No flash on Calyx now.
Well, there's not Flames coming on down. The Pop Blossom is on in. Public Execution doesn't land. Marapto need to hit that one. The Calyx comes on down and blasted by the Jin. 6-0-5 has certainly gone far enough ahead at this point to start taking some skulls. Gideon gets another. The TP in from Vikla to clear the wave.
Jiwoo comes in for another kill and an assist. Execute Order 606. Jin brings down the curtain. BFX are left electrocuted, shot to pieces, and losing this game. Diablo, well, he's not really been able to do that much. BFX trying to get the mid ladder out, rooted out. Jiwoo turned around, well, Kingdom turned around to excuse me. Won't save anyone though. This Kingdom takes down the Rise.
Quite the sound that a seismic charge makes, but it's starting to get towards them. Still the most satisfying.
The thing is, they made some really good music at some point, but hey,
I'm still
Gideon looking for the dunk.
Okay, there goes Gideon forwards as lacerated, sundering slam. That's right, sundering slam's yes, and there's
Here we
public
go.
execution going in, but that's into 5 people. Raptors still trying to play it out, trying to survive through to the redemption, but gets blown up by the Jin. They will get the kill back, at least onto 1, but unfortunately for them, Jiwoo is so online.
BFX just cannot get the damage down onto the right people. Who cares if you're damaging Lahens? He doesn't care. It's only his first death of the game. 8-0-7 for Jiwoo, 4-1-7 for Calyx. Gideon's having a fine time of it too. Despite them putting a lot of damage into the Jarvan, he still makes it out alive. BFX will give over the Cloud Soul. Nongshim, really, really far ahead. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
Did a lot of good work in that movie. Yeah. I enjoyed it well enough.
Medic had a lot of great puns at Race for World First. Yes, he did. He's a great pun master. I like casting with Medic. Yeah. I actually got him to like actually facepalm because he said solid second.
I would have missed that one. I'm not gonna lie. I would have needed you to explain that.
It was very funny. Yeah. Catch onto Lahens.
We just about survived. So that Raptor couldn't get in range for another Drake Hound step. That's unfortunate all the while. Unfortunately for BFX, the Baron goes down.
They try and get that pick onto Lahens, but once again, Lahens makes it out alive. Done a very good job of taking damage and somehow surviving as Nico. Very hard to do that.
Nico was not even get to that point. It's part of the problem, right? Is 3 items, and again, while I was having my complaints about the double burn build for the Orianna, at this point it means so little difference. You're just hurting people.
Yeah, and it's so easy to get that damage down compared to FEARX. Biggest thing we came out of draft with, and turns out biggest thing in this game. Ooh. Good dash away. Diablo could have actually got caught by the shockwave there. Flash would have been forced. Hell flashing over.
Does indeed flash on in. Doesn't get as much value as he's hoping for. Finally goes back in. There's a public execution. It is onto Jiwoo. That's not bad. The Pop Blossom defensively doesn't keep the Jin alive. Still, they lose the Alistair for the trade. And all the while, the rest of the team is still popping. Between worlds goes the Aurora. You killed the Jin, but what about the rest of the squad? Diablo's trying, but he's in a 1 versus 4. And he can do no more here in this game. Nongshim surely closed this one out after a cataclysmic teamfight in BFX's base.
There will be no escape. The B-Rex is left in the Cretaceous as Nongshim put this Jurassic Park story to bed. First game of the series goes to Nongshim RedForce.
FEARX, where X is unfortunately... Okay, Gragas needs a flash body slam.
But you can't kick 4 people out.
Yeah, but you can kick 1 person through 4 others.
No. Well, if they're lined up for that.
Yeah, getting bullied in turn is not great fun for him.
Jiwoo. You see the Jace really struggles in the AD carry match with Jiwoo. 1 more Q! The auto attack lands. Jiwoo with the Taeyun swap. Puts himself into a matchup to abuse and gets the first blood.
It's on Ezreal too. That feels appropriate.
A little close though. Conqueror on Xayah gives you a lot of extra damage to the extended trade. So Jiwoo, first blood, not instantly winning him the game though, and doesn't have enough HP to sit under turret. Can't even recall appropriately. Use the barrier in that play actually. It wasn't. Blink and you miss it. Lahens goes down.
And Diablo, we came into this series saying, look, this guy is really good. Had a new passages of North England pop rock.
Do I have opinions on the White Stripes? I think they're a damn good band for a 2-piece.
Yeah.
Got a massive sound out of just a drum kit and a
guitar.
I was trying to remember if that were bass.
That would be Royal Blood.
True, yeah.
1200 HP on the Dragon. Should just go down towards Nongshim and it's picked up. BFX kind of turned up. Bit of Safari occurring.
Yep, this is, for those of you who haven't checked in on our stream before, Safari League of Legends. You turn up. I think it was a really good poke from Calyx on the Akali.
That's the one, correct.
Lehens misses the Q. Crashdown does hit, and the Ezreal ult tags after. Does that change anything, Jiwoo? I don't think you want to walk into this.
Goes get a fair amount of damage. It's actually quite low on the mana. Could potentially turn to... Oh! Jiwoo just says no! Eat another Mystic Shot, and Jace is 0 for 2 versus the Ezreal.
I mean, if I had a quarter for every time Jiwoo got a flash for flash, and both the kills Jiwoo has had onto clear. And Jiwoo's Ezreal and Kai'Sa have been so fun to watch over the last couple of years. Really enjoyed watching this guy last year, and he's been playing pretty well in this game too. Pop back from Gideon.
Does get the Crescent Guard, but there is a little bit of a hop on in to ensure that the Dragon's Rage comes flying on through over the wall. They go. There's the ward hop after his Raptors trying to get in rage for the last couple autos. Does end up taking some turret shots and will nearly fall. Will actually do so. The heal not enough to keep him alive. I wondered. I did.
Some great poke from the tower there to take down Raptors. He escaped the unit turret. Devil were cleared away.
We are such petty humans. Oh my god.
Calyx finding Vikla.
Hang on, Calyx going to look for some poke onto Vikla. Does get some decent ones back. Does Vikla getting good poke onto Calyx? The problem is the all-in burst from Yukali might outdo that, but overcomes Raptor looking to turn this one around and to make the Q onto the blue buff. Calyx with more than enough to burst to get through with it as Raptor can look for the last bit of poke with a Q here or a Crescent... is it Crescent Strike? I forget what part 1 is. Cripples part 2.
Tempest Strike. Tempest
Strike.
Yeah. Calyx gets the 1 for... Now, Nongshim down 1,000 gold. Actually, the gold lead actually is starting to open up a little bit now. 10 minutes in, 1,000 gold lead is notable. Yeah. Wrong. Hang on a second. Shock blast. Hey! Clear gets the kill back onto Jiwoo. Good return kill from him. Returning the favour for the 2 which Jiwoo got into
a bit of barrel roll, throwing out some additional poke back with a threaded volley, and then we'll get...
Shut up.
What would you consider Q out of interest, Alex?
DPS. Damage.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine.
It's not quite long enough for... Anyway, Raptor's coming down here.
Calyx is now potentially in danger as Raptor could look for a little bit more than just poke. Could look for the all-in burst. There's a TP flying.
Wow,
BFX
that is a
full
lot
committing.
of people.
Kicked into the wall, into the Sonic Wave. Resonating Strike still available. Calyx trying to find a way out now. Does get over the threaded volley. R2 available. But the D2, namely death number 1. Actually, not 2. It nearly smooth. There is second death. I was right. It is death 2.
R2, death 2. Yeah, and sadly, he didn't have his protocol droid. Really struggles to dive into BFX. So have a lot of ability to kind of close the door. Gideon going in now. This could be the fight they want. Flashing forwards.
Nicely done from Lehens. Vikla over the wall, trying to throw out some poke with that Q. Get some value, but Calyx now threatening on the other side. Begins to stone surf away. Gets out over the wall, and BFX survive the all-in. And Lehens with a good combo, but doesn't lead to anyone's death as yet. Diablo throws down that W. Begins to... some deadly plumage. Won't lead to anything more.
Yeah, Diablo's pretty scary around this point. Both Summoners and Ult. Does he want to keep on the fight? Raptors healed up off the Raptors. Ain't that topical?
Can still probably get the Dragon down and do. That's the second objective for them in that marker towards Feats of Strength. Second one towards Soul. They're now 2-0 on that front. Looks like we're going to get a Chem Soul as our Rift.
Raptor flies in. Did have the flash, didn't have the kick, so maybe not as exciting as I was initially thinking. I didn't pay attention to that one. Nongshim, we're angling a little bit for a fight there. Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was good, yeah.
It's starting to make me believe a little bit.
There you go. I can tell you that there are 5.1 atrocities an act in
Titus Andronicus.
Pop back! Nice angle, closes the distance, well onto the clear, who gets blasted. Gideon around, looking to try and get some value. Here's the TP's been flying on through. Raptor's gone very deep, gets interrupted with the 3 down strike. The knock up as well. He's so low, gets out with a safeguard. Jace gets the kill. Somehow they make it work.
Diablo stood on the Mega Cone, could have repositioned himself right into the fight. Chooses not to, so it ends up being mid lane for support. That does work in Nongshim's favor, and they still have ultimates to use, like that Akali ultimate. In fact, he might look for Raptor here. There is no flash on the Lee Sin. Protobelt forwards.
Flash for R1. Doesn't even need the second part, and the perfect execution shows and best out is done from game 1.
Clean as you like from Calyx 2 and 2. There is a teleport coming in from the Talia behind the Herald. Where is this going? Is it going mid lane? Is it Diablo will be in the redemption.
Vikla flashes over the wall looking for some more value. The seismic shove goes wide. Good damage onto Jiwoo nonetheless, though. Had to throw the down the barrier.
It's a chunk onto Jiwoo. Is it worth it.
No, I don't think so.
Because he gets to just clear the way.
I'm a little bit more nervous about the fact that Jace has managed to get quite a long way ahead after a really rough start.
Hang on, Vikla does not have flash and just used minefield. That's a problem.
Does actually end up getting stun bite nonetheless. Shuriken flip available to go back. The seismic shove not going to actually catch on to Calix. Now the chunk continues to get down on top of Vikla, who's had his range seriously decreased. The slows from the Qs. He's just cycling through it, lands a Shuriken flip. It's easy as you like.
It's been a horror minute for Vikla. Blows his flash for nothing, goes into top lane, missed material to a certain degree to be able to decode it. And genuinely, this Family Guy Star Wars parodies were really good.
I will say, like, I liked Spaceballs well enough, but I think there are parts of that movie which are genius and parts where I go, it's dated quite well. Yeah. Whereas it's quite interesting because obviously the scenes that still go around TikTok and Insta and YouTube and stuff, they're the bits that did well, and the rest of it you go, yeah, that just wasn't actually that funny.
The combing the sand was very funny. That was good. We haven't found shit. A bit of cross map. BFX do have 3 grubs. It will help them if it does come to a bit of an objective trade later.
Ooh. Raptor's stolen away. I thought there might be a bit more Jiwoo face checking there, and he didn't.
Jiwoo is so close to Jawa.
I know.
It's not quite close enough to make the word. They used to say you're a bad player.
Yeah. Atakan throwing out some poke there onto the enemy team. Diablo will get some damage down to tier 1, gets a hold of it.
Yeah, Diablo just pokes down the enemy turret.
Yeah, it took a little while. But they've been poking for a while, and they actually now, the thing is, actually legitimately clear, could do some potential damage here with the shred down, but there's just no real wealth to get full value, and Nongshim just take the Atakan kind of free. They do get a shove through mid,
they have
clear deliberate choice.
They have 3 grubs here, so they trade the mid lane outer turret for the Atakan. I think Nongshim are not unhappy with this. Do get the extra XP. The gold value between the dragons and the extra petals they picked up is not insignificant.
It's really low, and he's just gone across where Gideon and Lehens, where they don't want to burn flash to get on top of him.
And that's a problem. Because Vikla is so low HP and chased off of the recall, they also lose their mid lane turret. So it's not even Atakan for mid lane turret. It's Atakan. And
she was a little bit low HP.
Lower still now that Jace lands that actual poke.
Ouch. Yeah, that one stings. That's 2/3 of the health bar gone on the Ezreal. Important there. Gideon hit with the Sonic Wave. Not going to be hearing the call of the body. Body's not telling him no for now. As Callan does step on 40, it's a bit of his own damage.
Diablo walking up a little bit. Jiwoo needs to heal up how he can. Did get the redemption in there, but of course that's now on cooldown. Kel and Clear both on flank. Clear is super strong. This Jace could do so much work. They did get found out by the Rakan Q. Might just go for a smite fight here. That would work in Nongshim's favor, I believe.
Kingan's going to have that explosive cast to try and knock Raptor away. Hard to fight into the Lee Sin at the Dragon Pit. It's got so much scary secure. Calix with the Mega Blast can get him here a long way. Looking for the angle. They get in, they take the Chem Soul. Good value there from Gideon with the Crescent Guard, buying some time. Root onto Lehen, survives for now, but Gideon likely falls as the trade for the dragon.
Okay, so Soul for jungler trade. I think Nongshim get a really good trade considering how difficult that was. Flash forwards, flash away from Calix.
To the skies they go. Raptor safeguarding, looking for the Sonic Wave, can't land it. Shock Blast lands, but it's not accelerated.
Gate was in the wrong place. I think that would have killed. Calix gets to escape though, and BFX, they're still ahead in gold, but especially in a game like that, Xayah pullback does so much damage at this point in the game. They can't quite manage to finish off that kill there. Picture in picture.
They've gone looking at Gideon and failed to pick him off, and now the Magnet Storm comes in. Kellen will get out, but they murder the Lee Sin already. Akali gets that one. Half the blast going out goes the Jace. They get the kill additionally onto the Rakan, who trades out at least onto Gideon. No jungle alive. Now Vikla, Diablo in danger. They throw down the redemption. Good stun for a moment from the side of Vikla. Clear can now look for an angle. The Hens may need to crash down over the wall. Missed the Shattering Strike. Jiwoo went looking there. I think he flashed over the wall looking for that.
There was a number of flashes in there. Jiwoo flashed the
Infinity Edge, by the way, is done for Diablo, so he's pretty strong right now.
He's hugely strong. Diablo might be able to carry this team still. If they jump into Xayah Feathers, there is still a definite angle for BFX to win. They are still ahead in gold, and Diablo has all summoners and ult. Nongshim cannot. Hang on a second, jumping towards him.
Calix went looking. He's very scary on this Akali, though, is part of the problem. 5 and 2, a lot of stacks on that Dark Seal, and the Shadow Flame to boot as well.
Jiwoo is also an AD carry that will jump forwards very aggressively. Landing W's like that can be kind of spooky. Clear on the side, gets a bit of poke. Jiwoo does not dodge that one. Clear, gets some poke onto him.
Does indeed. Good shove there onto Lehens. Gets a decent amount of poke down. A little low. Of course, the shield from the Ferromancy crashed down, giving him something to pop himself up. They immediately lose it, though. But Clear looking for the flank poke. Gets blasted. There's still a perfect execution part 2 to come on through. And the electric boogaloo will fry what remains of his health bar. Gideon does die as BFX trade on the other side. Flashed over the wall from Lehens with a beautiful engage on the rail. Will die for it, but does get some damage back. It's looking a bit dicey, actually, for Nongshim now, who've lost a couple members. Diablo very low, barrel roll away. And in the end, Nongshim end up losing more than I think they were expecting.
They do. Kingen had an awesome cast to try and delay the damage done by a triple flick back from Vikla. But Nongshim go a little too deep, and they're the ones which are punished. Vikla earning his pay in that one. He did die, but the more time it takes to land that engage, the more damage they'll have to take from the range.
14 seconds till Elder. In they go. Quickness comes on down. Raptor into the back end. There's not the best angle ever. The Featherstorm already used Jiwoo low. Dead. They trade it out onto the Lee Sin. Your jungler is gone. Crescent Guard is solid. But AD carry for jungler, it's a weird one. No smite, sure, but your DPS significantly lower for losing the Ezreal.
Yeah, the Ezreal is a huge part of their damage. How can they fight without it? Diablo doesn't have ult!
And remember, he doesn't. Good stun. So onto Calix, who will have to immune the seismic shove. Survives for now. Perfect execution. Gets to the backside. Vikla's gone. And in the end, it still works out well. BFX trading up, and they get knocked around, and the Jace, in the end, falls into a 6-foot hole in the dirt. Raptors go down. Elder under siege.
I need to know now. Where is the cricket now? Where is your cricket god now, BFX?
Harley just says, well, I have both of you then. Good Zonya's there to immune the seismic shove. We come back to live, getting engaged on his Kingham. We'll get a redemption, chunking him a little bit lower. Vikla also here with the teleport, now getting a bit of a speed up, courtesy of that rock surfing as well. Seismic shove not found as yet. Kingham
his cask's in two.
Away does have a cask in two. Gets one onto Vikla, but doesn't really get him towards anyone super threatening. They do bring down the Gragas eventually.
Takes about 30 seconds. Baron's going to be taken. The top lane is being pushed too. BFX have 3 grubs. They'll push towers quicker, but they can't stay because they're afraid of the end of the game in top side, especially with the Elder. Very, very threatening for Calix jumping forward to Protobal and that ultimate. They'll take the inhibitor. Remember, they still have that Elder. They are really threatening here.
Claire just took the tier 2 mid. Might be taking the tier 2 bot as well. So if they can get at least something here, it's decent. Lehens goes on in. Damage comes on forward. Diablo goes up into the sky with the Featherstorm to avoid the True Shot barrage. But they've killed off the Rakan already. Diablo has to flash away. Nearly an Elder execute threat just about out of range. Looking for some more damage. And there is the GA down onto the Lee Sin. Raptor crash down onto the early. Clear looking for the angle. Can't quite find it. Threaded volley coming on through the seismic shove just wide as Gideon gets a knock-up. But nothing more. Jiwoo's so damn low. They've gone too deep. They're losing with Elder! They're losing with Elder and BFX! Hold the line!
Oh, Jiwoo pops the barrier. Does he have enough? Does he have enough? He's stuck in the minions! He was minion blocked! Perhaps!
Seismic... The Sonic Wave lands, can look for the resonating strike, try to get a kick in the wall. Gideon goes back in, gets the execute, survives, but not for long.
Elder is gone, Baron is gone, and perhaps we are all dancing in the palm of the cricket. It did predict Nongshim to lose.
We thought he has to Featherstorm because of a good cast.
Okay, that's the ult down. It is max rank, and he has some cooldown reduction. Won't be the longest thing in the world. That won't kill. Does some damage, but it means they'll likely lose another turret here. Nongshim rolling forwards, and that might be their first gold lead of the game? Question mark. I think they got it with the first blood coming through from Jiwoo, and then after that, it went downhill. Nongshim will push in towards that. They'll take the inner turret. I think they'll claw ahead for the first time since the very early game.
Part of it really has been where the gold leads are. Like, look, you got to bleed for the Jason to the Gragas, but hey, it's Gragas. He's kind of happy to be lower economy. You got a good lead for your AD carry, but then you look mid and you go...
Very hard to cut down Ezreal. He has the Chemtech Soul, has a Bloodthirster, has the Shojin, which means that if he hits 2 Qs, it's a problem. Cask lands. Where's the follow-up, though?
Oh, missed the body slam. That's going to be King and likely going down. We'll throw down the Zonyas to buy some time, but the teleports are coming on through and Kingan just goes too far and dies.
Oh, it's regicide. Kingan's head is removed by Clear and BFX. And now Elder is alive and Kingan is dead for a minute. Numbers advantage to BFX.
Rough.
How much work can Nongshim do?
Elder says it's alive, but again, I think it's still just that bait. It's not up a little bit yet.
Oh my god, you're absolutely right. Yeah, it's still dead for like another minute or 2.
Yeah,
oh no, it is alive. Oh my god. Okay, so the time was just bugged. The Elder is alive now. King is still dead for 30 seconds. BFX with the numbers advantage.
So it does end up working that way. Calix were looking for a shuriken flip, can't find it. Clear on a flank angle. They know that the Akali is there. Clear's going to jump onto Calix. Misses the seismic, the accelerated shock blast, I apologize. Going to try and weave his wall towards him. Calix survives all the while in the pit. It's still looking like it's going down. Nongshim's they're playing this 4v5. Raptor has to hop out. It's down to half HP. Kellen, Diablo also both low. But there's GAs everywhere you care to look. Jumping onto Clear. Survives for a second. Oh, massive seismic shove value. It's huge. Gideon flash over the wall. GA number 1. Calix on a flank angle. Looking to get some value. Elder taken. Now Calix in danger of being executed. Where does he go? Trying to get an execute. Can't do it as the Elder screams at him. BFX now in much better a position.
Kingan's death before the dragon is so crucial for BFX. A great play around Clear. Flash forward from Diablo. And the Rookie of the Year slams home with a kill onto his opposing number. That might bring us to...
all the while, the minions start coming into mid lane. Vikla comes hopping on forwards. The cast comes on down to buy a bit of time. Doesn't quite clear as much of the wave as they were hoping for. They can't end the game here, and they can't stick around for the inhibitor. Jace has TP'd in, though.
They don't think they can end the game, even with the end of the game. BFX, with the Jace and the Talia and the Xayah, I think they can siege very effective. Full builds. No GA for Gideon just yet. Got to be pretty close with those components, actually. Not much gold afterwards. They'll take the inner turret. Significant gold lead for them now. The gold lead feels a little bit decorative. Nongshim, what have you got left in the pocket?
Full build for Xayah, sold off boots. It's just raw damage.
Ooh.
In they go. Diablo has to go up into the sky. Kellen goes in, dies immediately. That's one down. Diablo now in danger. Has not got the Featherstorm. The GA is procced. Calix can wait to go and perfectly execute him. They bring down the Xayah.
Birds, 2 birds, 1 engage. Nongshim teleport into the mid lane, and instant Zhonya's will buy some time. That will stop the kill coming through. The slow goes into the shield, so Clear won't be taken down by that. What is the plan from Nongshim now? You get some kills. Can you end the game off of it? I'm not sure. 46 now alive.
The wind becomes lightning just wide, slow onto Gideon. Calix at half HP, a little bit scary. Gideon goes in, looking to get on top of Vikla. Threads the seismic shove and the threaded volley all coming out at the same time as into the backline goes Calix, looking for the shockwave. And of course, that ability to go back in with a shuriken flip. That's the name of the ability. Took me a second, perfect execution into the Zhonyas. He's dead. Jiwoo is gone. And Diablo doing it. He has gotten the value. The Xayah survived the backline. They finally bring him low. Gideon surviving, but the problem is the rest of the health bars are so damn low. They've killed off so many members. Lehens is trying to drag the wave away. Kingen desperately alone. They're pinging the Elder.
They're pinging it because I don't think they can run down. Surely not. How much time has he got for this?
Hot flash in a dream. I don't know whether he's going to look for it. Seismic, the Shadowing Strike does do damage against
minions. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Always too late.
Oh my god. He actually switched over to it in time. He had it in time. That was... Baron lasting a little longer after that point. Raptor has flash, has ult. Can he do some fancy moves?
Maybe. Inhibitor turret. In the bot lane falls, inhibitor in the mid lane falls. That follows suit in the bot lane. Double inhibitor as a result. Surprise, surprise, down. Now to the Nexus turret. Nongshim have got to pull the trigger soon or we're going to 3.
20 seconds on the Elder. They want to see if they can survive to that. How much wave clear have they got left? Cask in 5 seconds. King are trying to do enough. 1 turret falls, another one left.
Damage is good. Gideon goes on into the backline. Diablo up into the sky. The charm from the quickness. Calix in the backside. Looking for the executes. Goes towards the Zhonyas, but they've lost too many members. GA only on Diablo. The bird will survive. And BFX in 48 minutes bring us to 3.
3-game series for a second of the day. Peak Fries Group Gaming. Shield goes up, ult goes up as well. Your engage doesn't land, and actually you have to throw a charm into the shield instead of onto the target you're going towards. Nongshim, I think they have the right swap. It is not the Viper swap as some have coined it. Taeyeon and Team W did it first. Dive onto Clear potentially. Does he have Counter-Strike back up? Yes, he does. Doing a little bit of damage, doing some poke, but not going for the full damage just yet. Take a little bit of HP off. Has the door and shield running. Brawn passive lands, charge him out of tower range, has a counter-strike. I don't think it'll matter though. It does. All right, call me a liar. On the other side though, not even a kill to Kingen. The dive goes wrong. Yunara goes down. Diablo, what the heck are you doing there, my son? Kills in both of the dives to the top laners. Clear will teleport down back towards that bot lane, pick up the rest. Vikla doing quite well. Now, Vikla was always a pretty good RE player back in the 2022-23 meta. Jumping forwards, getting some damage onto Jiwoo. Caitlyn almost there to proc the passive. Nets backwards to get into range. Good damage onto Click, and they get a second kill onto the Jax in this early game. Gideon's down. Would assume he'd get the kill onto him. Counter-Strike not going to be up for quite some time. Kill to the Caitlyn. Second for Jiwoo. Struggled a bit in the Ezreal game. Went down 5k going into the late game. Diablo zoning Kingen off this top wave. Probably a bit put out by the fact that he died in that dive. Diablo has had an awesome year. Awesome year. He struggled a little bit in this series. Say that. Might just be able to return the favor for that kill earlier, and does so. Good to get one on the board. Failed to do so for the dive. And importantly so, this is a kill against the Scion without teleport as the wave is stacked. So Kingen loses an awful lot for this. Nongshim were in a great lead before this point, but losing that amount of farm for your Scion in what feels like an unforced error is not a great feeling. Gideon invading for the respawn of Gromp. Wait, has he got 2 for 2 in terms of Gromps early game? I think he has. Damn. He frogging out here. Clear. Wall stun potential. Brawn passive after. Clear, does he have a leap strike? Not that much damage left. Gideon. Doesn't need that much more damage to kill him. Clear will have to recall again. Difficult.
Oops.
And on the other side, Clear got a 1-for-1 in that side of the map as well. Charm into mid lane, not bad.
We'll note again that Jiwoo starting 2-0. Did start that the same way, though, with the Ezreal last time. Good, shoving to the wall with a flash on in, into the Decimating Smash. Raptor is unfortunately steadfastly presenced. And Clear tries to get in with the... I was going to say Crescent Guard, that's the wrong thing. Leap Strike and Counter Strike. There we go. Diablo now hit with a Winter's Bite, and we say this could be a bit of a difficult spot. Throws the Arc of Ruin in entirely the wrong direction. Oh, just shy on getting the passive off the Q, but that's fine. Flash on forward for Dew into the kill combo. Diablo needs to try and slide away with the untouchable Shadow, but it is very touchable by a Winter's Bite, and it's put on ice.
Diablo, second death of the game, struggling to... Well, he died in that dive in a bit of an unforced error. It was a great play from Kingen to kind of make sure that aggro was put into a different way. Vikla coming down now. Has the ultimate and the flash U. I think he's overstayed a little.
Stayed for the plate and will die for it.
Will go down. Vikla waiting a little while. We'll get his Dark Seal stacked up there. 2 for him. Overstay from Jiwoo.
And does it cost much in mid lane? Not really. We'll see the wave crash in the turret.
The Taeyun swap, but I don't necessarily think it helped too much.
No.
Dragon taken by BFX. Nongshim looking for a fight maybe.
Calyx coming on over. Gideon also looking for an angle. Jiwoo now looking to get some orders. Good charm will deny the Caitlyn DPS for a second. Flash over the wall into the heroic charge. Combo comes on through and Diablo cannot manage to dash away because he's trapped within the steadfast presence. It's Cassiopeia who screams with a petrifying gaze to get a hold of the kill. Charm again onto Lehens. Vikla though eating a lot of damage from Calyx. He's throwing a lot of twin fangs. Raptor has the Vault Breaker over the wall, in danger of the noxious blast coming on forwards as well.
Awesome kill combo coming through there. Knew they had just enough damage to take down Diablo yet again. This Yunara has been painful.
Yunara fighting to the death in some Flash game.
Swords and sandals, Sam, not socks and sandals.
Which, yeah, that's fair.
Okay, clear. They have not decided that they've not finished bullying this Jax just yet. They really want to make sure he doesn't get any farm.
He loses about 20% of his HP, but in comes the Winter's Bite. The concussive blows begin to stack. Out comes the door. Diablo now stepping on forwards, could potentially cultivate the spirit. Out comes the heroes. The Keeper's Verdict. Clear. Nearly gets the Braum passive thrown down. They do actually kill the Braum. He's alive. Gideon has to flash on out. Vi with a follow-up now with the cease and desist. Jiwoo still not here. It's a 4v2. Overcomes the Scion with the ult on in. Clear goes down. Gideon survives, and they've just gone too far. Raptor has to get over the wall with the Vault Breaker. Flash on out the Arc of Ruin. As Jiwoo is trading well, looking to get down some traps. Not hit up quite yet. The current spirit cultivation comes on down. Flash over, can't land. The Charm, though, tried to get over the back of Kingen. A glide on forward for Diablo, who manages to get a Flash Arc of Ruin on in, and they do finally get the team fight win.
Whoa, he did hit the Charm into the Scion, who flashed to block it. Justice for my boy King. Yeah, I mean, Vikla now gets 2-0-1. He's very happy with the Dark Seal stacks he has, and that brings a lot of the gold advantage back into parity for BFX. They're feeling a lot better than they were.
And Nongshim just kind of stuck around too long. Jiwoo thought about getting the fight and then left the fight to go to get turret base and came back into the fight, and the Cassiopeia wasn't there, and BFX was just much more on the same page about, yeah, we're fighting this.
Damage from Diablo got the Q stacked up. Yunara with a Lulu behind them is a very different champion. Here we go.
Oh, Arc of Ruin comes on down, and that is a very dead Caitlyn. Was gone from 2-0 to 3-3 into in very short order.
We're just saying the Yunara with the Lulu behind them is such a different champion. Jiwoo goes too far up, and Jiwoo has been struggling in this series. His first game was pretty good, but the second game on the Ezreal and now this one on the Caitlyn. Been caught out a little bit now. And while Diablo had a bit of a rough early game himself, starting to take off, and this comp really does work well with the Yunara in a good lead.
Well, part of the problem, though, is they did just lose 2 turrets. Bringing so many members mid has cost them quite a lot on the side lanes.
Nongshim end up getting themselves a little bit more of that gold lead. They just lost around that top lane. Scion is a problem. Is it going to be enough of a problem for BFX to care? They have a lot of people that can somewhat ignore the Scion. Kinger's positioning always avoidable. Like, Vi doesn't care about the
There's not a lot you get to do about
the Yunara
that,
W doesn't get blocked either because it's a laser, like the Zeri W and stuff like that. That's what happened there. Turret goes down in a turret. So Azcon's going to lose. Anacon's going to die. BFX will look for the inner turret, get some more gold onto the Jax.
Yeah, they will at least get that inner turret, which is something, but I still fear that's probably not a worthy trade in the grand scheme of things. Diablo's going to try and get the mid lane tier 1. Needs to start backing away. Raptor over the wall. They're going to try and charge into Kellen. Do you get that chunk on in? In comes the redemption, which will bring some more low health bars. Wild Growth himself, King, and now in a dangerous position. The Spirit of Cultivation unleashing. Damage is looking pretty good. Raptor goes in with a Vault Breaker, backing away, and there's just no damage there from Nongshim right now.
Yeah, Nongshim end up surviving, though. Kingen takes a long time to kill. There's no pen on Diablo just yet, and this is a very fed Scion. Yes, Clay gets a lot of gold back from that tier 2 taken in that bot lane. BFX wanting that immediate gold win. It would go unfathomably hard.
That would be, I am very down for this experience.
Yeah. Diablo walking forwards again. Fearless he is. 1,000 gold up. Has the Lulu behind him. Here goes Raptor.
In comes the Arc of Ruin. The door does block a fair amount of it. Flash over from Vikla, who doesn't have the charm, onto Jiwoo. Still can try to trade, but the problem is Diablo is out DPSing. Finds a wonderful angle with the Yunara, who continues to go over the wall there with the untouchable step. And of course, that amazing old Arc of Ruin. Lehen's now just out of range of that charm, but is running the wrong direction. Calyx has no mana and wasn't at the fight again. He's just going to get run down here. Will probably survive, but it's looking messy for Nongshim in the mid game.
There's a flash still for Calyx. Picks up a little immunity from the little cinder thing on the floor as well.
Yeah.
Vikla will finally finish off Lehen's, and Kingen didn't teleport to the play. Great pick off by BFX with their skirmish heavy comp.
Again, it does just feel like Nongshim have been members down at numerous of these fights now in a row. It's been really problematic. No Calyx, no Kingen. Way or another. Vikla, of course, no flash, no ultimate. It's about to get TP'd on here. Out comes the Scion. Vikla just said, yeah, I'm likely dead, but I'll take the turret with me on the way out. Has no flash. Got a blast cone in the Dream. Themselves a little bit of speed up here from the Cinders. Kingen does have the ult to potentially look at getting the stun there onto Vikla, who does get knocked up, and it's a kill over towards Jiwoo, donated over.
So, a little bit more gold in towards the Caitlyn, who is behind. You can see that Diablo, with the Lulu buffing up, is a real problem for Nongshim. Yunara on her own can struggle to carry some games. With the Lulu, definitely changes. Raptor goes in again.
Could definitely look to get some more value. Diablo still has that ability to transcend themselves. Big damage from the Hurricane. And the Cultivation of Spirit is strong, but stands on a trap. The Cupcake breaks all of that discipline. And now the ace in the hole comes on down. It's only on to Kellen, not the most valuable target, but where does this Lulu run? Will throw out some glitter lances, but unfortunately Calyx will nab up the Yordle.
BFX overchain mana as well. Yeah, this should be a dead Baron on spawn.
Vi's around, does have cease and desist, will be hard to keep out. Winter's Bite onto the Vi, looking for potential angle, down to half HP. Traps coming to block off easy entrances. This is a hard Baron pit to get into. Charm lands Baron down. All the while, though, Vikla needs to start backing away. Has thrown down that Spirit Rush. Raptor goes over with a Vault Breaker, but the Crescent Guard comes on in clear, looking for the angle. He's going to get the flank on him. They've blown up the Vi. Good Petrifying Gaze by some time. Vikla stuck at half HP. The Charm and all the damage coming down to Clever. As Diablo goes on in, while Growth keeps clear alive. Diablo comes through the free fire. Hurricane value. He just unleashes. The Spirit of Cultivation is strong in this one. And the martial artist continues to out prayer bead after prayer bead, and this rosary is saying, death unto my enemies. By clear looking dead to rights, but then the wild growth, then Diablo burns.
Engaged just yet. Again, gold lead, somewhat decorative. Stuff like the Infernal Soul.
For right now, but Raptor's behind them, Clear's behind them. Kingen might be looking for a collapse here as well. It's all getting very messy. BFX split up, looking for an angle. Out comes the miasma. Calyx flashes on forwards. Brilliant, but Diablo again with the Hurricane flying. The Spirit of Cultivation unleashes. They've blown up too. Jiwoo will be headshotting no one anymore because they are in the dirt. Diablo returns, having served his sentence, and there is no more to stop this Yunara unleashing once more.
Even with the earlier kill onto Vikla, Nongshim can't roll that into a better setup for the Elder. They are the ones which get caught in the corral, and BFX close the noose. BFX will win our second series of Asia Invitational 2-1. It took 3 Elders in Game 2. In Game 3, it didn't take a single one. BFX will take the series.
It is madness out here. Blood is left wherever you can look, and I hope you're all entertained back home. The popcorn is empty, and our hearts are full of this absolute chaos.